Well, I mean, a couple of things. I mean, one, the industry needs to consolidate. But what's happening because of that is that it's basically the prices are inflated and the valuations of these food delivery companies are inflated. And part of that is because of the pandemic. They have seen food sales go up and delivery go up as people are inside. And that happened. Sales doubled in May. And then also just the deal itself for Grubhub and Just Eat takeaway, that is also driving up value. So it's not entirely clear that, Uber should be doing this immediately.
Yeah, and Postmates is not profitable. It's also, I think, the smallest player among the delivery companies, food delivery companies here in the U.S. So I think what's a little unclear, at least to me, is what specifically Uber gets out of this deal. Is it about the technology, or is it about more market share in places like L.A., or is it something else?
Well, actually, that's not quite clear, right? Because they are the number 4th player in the marketplace. Postmates is dominant in Los Angeles, where, that would be helpful for Uber Eats, but it's not really dominant anywhere else. And then also the regulatory issue could be an overhang, too, particularly in California, since Uber is basically fighting right now the California legislators for a law that, basically says that gig workers should be full-time employees.
I mean, Jennifer, on one angle, you could suggest it's the one they're focusing on, Postmates, because it's the only one small enough that might not cause a regulatory hurdle. And I guess the seeming desperation to do a deal highlights the lack of positive economics at the moment in the industry as a whole.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's true. I think everybody is fighting. It is a brutal environment right now. Grubhub, that's why they wanted to partner up, and which they have with Just Eat. So we'll see if that deal actually goes through. And that's why also DoorDash is deciding that it wants to go public, and they want to take advantage of these inflated valuations. They're out reportedly raising money right now. So it's not clear what Uber can gain from this. And it does sort of look like that they're just trying to grasp at something, particularly since this is, it's a linchpin of Uber's overall kind of business strategy.
Is there any more deal making or M&A to be had if this potential deal gets struck? I mean, what else is still out there? I know you just mentioned DoorDash, which is raising money and looking to go public itself. But in terms of other potential deals or other potential companies to keep an eye on, what are they?
Well, I mean, this is kind of the issue, is that there's going to be a regulatory problem probably with most of them. And, they're going to be very expensive. And I think Uber's trying to be disciplined. At least that's what they had said in the past. So it's going to be interesting to see how these play out. And it's also going to be interesting to see if Just Eat takeaway shareholders, approve the deal with Grubhub. So if that falls apart, who knows what could happen in the space.
Jennifer, thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you.